Hi, and welcome to Cooking with the Gastronerd. I'm Julianne Fader, and if you're going to be cooking in the kitchen using a knife, you have to put safety first. Know a few basic rules of working with a knife. Anyway, first tip first, have a secure board. I have a nice mesh kind of little mat right here. You can use a wet towel or any sort of cloth, that's fine. Notice you can try to push it's really stable, because the last thing you want is your board to slip when you're cutting, and then you can slip and cut yourself. Next, hold the knife right. I have my finger right here, that's gonna help stabilize the knife. If you have this, if you push your knife right, you're not gonna have as much control if you have your finger there. If you're not used to this, it might feel a little bit awkward at first, but I guarantee you'll have much better control over the knife. Just hold it. And then the rest is just kind of basic grip. And knives are very personal, so when you're going out to shop for knives, really try them out, hold them, see how they feel. You want them to be comfortable for you. Proper grip, comfortable grip. And then, even before we get to this point, make sure you have a sharp knife. A great way to test a knife, you can kind of run your finger along the blade. Another fun test, don't be scared, it's fine, they're just your nails. You can run the knife along your nails, and if it sticks to your nail, versus if it slides, if it sticks, it's sharp. If it slides, it's not sharp. So that's just a really fun little trick. Don't worry, you're not gonna cut your finger, just be careful. So have a sharp knife. It's actually much safer to have a sharp knife than it is to have a dull knife. You are much more likely to cut yourself if you have a dull knife. Also, the knife size is really important. This is a decent sized knife, it's not huge. I'm a girl, I have smaller hands. I can manage this, but I also have more experience in the kitchen. If you want a smaller knife, maybe, this is really great. This is not a chef's knife, this is what's called a petty knife. For onions, this is really easy to control. It's great if you're cutting smaller things. So be aware, there are different types of knives, but above all, make sure you have one great chef's knife. This will come in handy the most for all your cooking needs. When cutting, I have a lovely Granny Smith apple. Nature is not symmetrical necessarily or flat. Most produce or things you'll be cutting have curve. So the best thing to do, depending on what you're gonna do cutting, is create that flat surface. There we go, flat surface created. And if you're gonna have a little, you can use this of course, or just, that's delicious. Oh, good charred apple. You want your fingers parallel to the knife. And by fingers, I mean especially your nails. I'm gonna finish chewing there. The last thing you want is to slice off the tips of your fingers. But if you cut off a little bit of your nail, it's not a big deal. So just kind of grip, and so when you're cutting along, this is a little bit higher up, so let's cut off a nice chunk here. So if you're cutting along here, you want to have your nice parallel. So just if you're slicing, you have some nice little apple slices, but the most important thing is that my knife and the fingers were parallel to each other. And the other thing you must be aware is how to take care of your knives after you're done using them. I have a dirty knife. First thing I do I leave it in the sink? Look at this sink, there's a ton of crap in there. If I leave this at the bottom of the sink and then I go to grab maybe, a bowl, I could cut myself, and that's just dumb. So I always say, make cleaning your knife your first priority when it comes to cleanup in the kitchen. The last thing I ever want to see, which kills me, and I do see it sadly, is if I go to open my dishwasher, and sure enough, not only is there a knife in there, but there's a knife blade side up. Ugh. Two reasons that's bad. Obviously, it's very dangerous, but also if you have a decent knife, any knife, don't put it in the dishwasher. Most knives have a wooden handle, or regardless, they're going to warp, and the dishwasher, the heat, it's hard over time. I've seen so many wonderful knives ruined that way. So just hand wash your knives, it's really, really crucial. Takeaway is have a good steady board, sharp knife, make sure you're holding the knife right by putting your finger to control the knife, fingers parallel to your knife, wash your knife right away, put it away, and be smart when you put it away. Cover it or put it in a knife block. And never, ever put your knife in the dishwasher. Thank you for watching The Gastronerd. I'm Julianne Fader, and stay tuned for more delicious nerdiness to come.